shell. I'm a demon. He can't be battered. Give me space, cause once she see this black hole, not even your auntie matters. Fuck top tier popularity or who's the savviest. This about bars, not the money or who's the flashiest. At a point I was homeless, so that should let you know I will smith you in my pursuit of happiness. Yeah.
The portrait of a real nigga. That's what y'all get out these verses from me. I guess all your 4, 5s and max sit next to your nursing degree. We ain't got no CNA license. All my niggas in the streets is doomed. I guess you the same gangster that'll shoot a nigga, then go and treat the wound. What kind of shit is that?
Bitch ass nigga scared to fight. I creep up on him how I crook walk. Watch how I speak to this nigga after I push talk. I trust you with a whole key, but if you run off, watch how that meal feel. In other words, I box him with the metal with real steel. I'm a psycho. I'm a psycho, like Michael. Just look at my last name, my past saying. I run in this nigga house with a flashbang. Rip his woman, take a Bowie knife and then rip the stomach. Snatch that whole intestines, throw him in a pot, make chitlins from it.
Alright, so this week's Barography features the People's Champ. One of the only ones that actually still wants to win in this game. I'm talking about the bar guard Danny Myers, West Coast. Stand up, man, let's get right into it. Dating back to 2012 on the A-Hat platform versus Louis V, Danny Myers had hit the scene with a devastating skill set of punchlines and action-packed setups, just as much as supernatural haymakers. With an estimated 50 battles on his repertoire, Danny Myers has made his mark early on the A-Hat platform, locking in with opponents like Emerson Kennedy and John the Don, just to name a couple. Now, leading up to mid-2013, the buzz in the battle rap community is that the West Coast as a whole was developing much more than artists with presence. We're starting to see a lot of bars and wordplay come into the mix, and it seems to be the priority to a lot of the artists in the West Coast. Daylight, Danny Myers, Rum Nitty, 3 artists from the West Coast that's been really locked into their pen. Which actually leads us up to Bars and Stripes 2, presented by LA Battlegrounds in Alcatraz, featuring Danny Myers versus Young B the Future. One of the timeless battles in the early career of Danny Myers. Locking in with one of the special ones, Young B the Future. May Young B rest in peace, man. Now, shortly after Danny Myers made his initial URL appearance versus J. Rel, an initial Spit That Heat appearance versus Riggs, his initial King of the Dot appearance versus Rum Nitty, which was another bar fest, and finishing the year off with up-and-coming artists from Indiana, Mr. Mills, all in the second half of 2013. You could just tell that Danny Myers was on his way. Right now, here we are, 2014. Some may argue, even Danny Myers, but this is the year I feel the bar guard was actually born. The run Danny Myers set in 2014 was nothing short of astonishing, to keep it a buck. The opponents, the platforms, Danny Myers was just on a mission impossible to most. Just peep. Danny starts the year off versus Bricks Belvy on Spit That Heat. Then West Coast Dreads on LA Battlegrounds. That was one of my favorite battles from Danny Myers. That was a dope back and forth. Y'all gotta check out West Coast Dreads versus Danny Myers. Then shit really got real. The URL, in conjunction with BET 106 and Park, presented UFF Ultimate Freestyle Friday, featuring some of the best fresh up and coming talent from the URL circuit. Now the bar guard Danny Myers, of course, was front and center, locking in with Jersey's own Adi Boom and the homie Snow from Michigan on this tournament. After that, Myers' engine shifts into fifth fucking gear with the King of the Dot battle versus KG the Poet. Then he locks in with Dre Vicious, Big K, and Captain Marketable, Averb, the battle where the torch was passed. This was a beautiful moment in battle rap. Now to date, I thought Danny's truest highlight of his respectable career was the Averb battle, but I'm not done. Man, Danny even had bars for the ladies around this time that dared to compete. From the classic T7M radio battle with the girl Toots from St. Louis to the face-to-face A-Hat battle versus the girl Unique Bars, the homie JC, and Murder Av's own Cortez. Things got crazy in 2014 for the homie Danny Myers. 2015 is on deck. A very weird yet game-changing year in the career of Danny Myers. Over the past 6 or 7 months, Danny had been taking his career in his own hands, battling on various platforms, still however putting on quality performances versus the likes of XL on King of the Dot and the Gladiator School appearance versus Billy Boondocks. He also locked in with Heartless and Cali Smooth on King of the Dot early that year. The supply and demand for Danny Myers in 2015 to make a URL return was imminent. URL presents Traffic. The URL is expanding and they bringing that wave to the West Coast. And on this Traffic card, the bar guard makes his return. This time versus fellow Writers Block member Danger Zone from out here in Maryland. This was another bar fest. Now before we go any forward, I need to kind of take y'all back a little bit. T-Rex of Dot Mob was one of the best that do it, a living legend in the game, was actually on Danny Myers' radar for quite some time. So much so that a while back, Danny Myers agreed to bet and invest in himself, putting up his own money for the battle to happen. Allegedly $12K. I've always had a question about the dollar amount. I don't know if the streets just ran with that $12K amount or if that was actually the amount given. I never really spoke to Danny about that. But Black Ice Cartel was supposed to be the scene of the crime, but Rex unfortunately had other plans. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the battle at the point just never happened. Ironically though, the backlash wasn't for Rex running off with the money, but at the bar guard Danny Myers for investing so much money into a battle that didn't happen. So bringing it back, after the Danger Zone battle, the URL was calling again, and this time Danny was set to get redemption. The redemption card presented by the URL versus T-Rex. Danny Myers, man, was in rare form that night. Bars, disrespect, grittiness. The combination, man, was undeniable and pretty much overwhelming.
I run up with the tech and I'm dropping them. K-Sign gonna be like, get that nigga Rex to the hospital. It's optional. I can put, nigga, what the fuck, man?
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
A West Coast nigga. I'm here to check you, nigga, in your motherfucking face. I disrespect you, nigga. You only living because a nigga like me let you, nigga. You died on the same day as your nephew, nigga. Right.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
We playing ours. Kick the back door in, then them guns follow. Smack your brother. Whoever make a move, getting dumb hollows. Any silly shit, your drum swallow. I'll snatch the pad out your baby mama panties and squeeze the blood in your son bottle. Sit her bitch out.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
Any nigga on my team will beam him. I'll make you talk to the kid like 10 cups with a string between them. Bar God.
Another shining moment in the career of Danny Myers. Probably the most controversial storyline to his career was the whole T-Rex situation. But it still doesn't stop there. Ending the year off of 2015, Danny Myers opted to make another appearance in New York, this time on the RBE platform versus another fellow Writers Block member and one of the coldest pins in the game. I'm talking about the homie Chiller Jones. This was a bar fest through and through. Danny truly showed why he is the bar guard in this battle. The material that he had was just superior to Chiller in every aspect. Now 2016, the bar guard Danny Myers is on fire, dominating opponents and crowns on various platforms, from the classic Writer's Block versus Team Harmony event on RBE versus Swave 7, which Danny clearly got robbed of a win, may I add, to his classic back and forth Black Ice Charlie Clips battle. Up and coming star B-Dot and Jonah, another lyrical wordsmith. Also Young Cannon on URL Traffic 2. All went down in 2016, So finally, man, we here. 2017, Danny Myers is still in his bag. On the agenda, up and coming West Coast star Geechee Gotti from Compton. Now this was Geechee's coming out party. Even though taking a loss to Danny Myers, this was the opportunity that kind of resulted in a big win for the career of Geechee Gotti. After Geechee, Danny made yet another URL appearance, this time versus Steams on Born Legacy 4. Who did y'all have winning that battle between Danny and Steams? Because I thought this was the best Steams that I've ever seen. However, still to most, this was just not enough. It's high time Danny Myers get the names and the opportunities that's really going to elevate his stature and not just his status. Giving out shots and putting on classic performances is decent, but unlike most of the battle rap circuit, Danny Myers is one of the last artists that really wants to win, wants to be the best ever, like the real champion, not just doing it for the popularity or for the bag that we pretty much see going around in the community. So here we are, URL presents Traffic 3. Coming up this November the 11th, 2017, Danny Myers is back on the URL. This is a home game, Traffic 3, and this time he got his name, NWX superstar K-Shine, formerly of the Dot Mob. Now this is going to be a great battle. K-Shine to me is not an artist that's really locked into winning and losing, in my opinion, like Danny Myers is. But for the most part, performance-wise, K-Shine never misses a beat and he always performs. The last time we saw K-Shine on the URL platform was the classic Gnome 7 battle versus T-Rex, where he went off. So Danny Myers clearly will have his hands full, but he is definitely, I believe, ready for this run, because it's about to be great. And I think these matches coming up is really going to solidify what are we going to do with Danny Myers. So shout out to the bar guard, man, the homie Danny Myers, man. This is the Barography. It's time for us to bring it together, people. What are we doing with the bar guard Danny Myers? I'm going to leave it up to y'all. Are we putting Danny Myers on the West Coast Mount Rushmore or the battle rap Mount Rushmore, period? Rate his pin game. Is it top 3, top 5? Is it the best pin game in battle rap? Y'all let me know. Also drop those predictions below for the homie Danny Myers versus K-Shine going down at Traffic 3. Should be a crazy battle. Now my guy Danny has definitely been calling out Cave Gang General Tay-Rock throughout time, so that's also a battle that I'm seeing some of the streets wanting to check out. Y'all already know I got my opinion on that, but shout out to the bar guard Danny Myers, man. That's my guy. He's definitely done a lot for me in my media run, and he's definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite artists, even coming out the West Coast. I do a lot of strong, hard criticism on Danny Myers at times, but you know, that's because I want to see the best present the best at all times. So big up to the bar guard Danny Myers. This week's featured battle rap artist on the Barography. I'm Seven Mitchell with T7M Radio. Salute to each and every one of y'all taking time out to lock in. Y'all already know the drill on this channel, man. Rate, comment, and subscribe. We definitely appreciate it. Let us know what you think about Danny Myers and his career overall, and what should be next after the K-Shine battle. Salute to each and every one of y'all. If y'all like the biography of Danny Myers, and if you'd like to help the channel grow, I'll go ahead and put the donation link in the description box. As always, we definitely appreciate all the support and the donations. Drop them comments. Let me know who should the next biography be featuring. I got a lot of people screaming for a Calico, a Cortez, and a Young Cannon biography. But I'm going to leave it up to my people. Y'all let me know who should be featured next on the biography. But once again, shout out to the West Coast, LA's own Danny Myers, this week's featured artist on the biography. I'm Seven Mitchell with T7M Radio. Y'all stay safe, yo. I'm out. One.